All right, the Dark Tapes, aka Low Rent VHS.
Yeah.
I'd already seen this film. When I was watching it, I was like, I swear I've seen this movie. And when it was over, I went on Facebook and realized I had seen it. And I'm about as big of a fan as I was then, which is not much.
Yeah.
It's an anthology found footage film. You know, I think there's some really cool things going on within some of the dialogue and concepts, like conceptually. There's the wraparound, and they're using a lot of science terms, and they're dealing with an alternate reality, or a reality that exists outside of our time.
Yeah, it's like an adjacent reality.
Yeah, and I really liked that concept and what they were saying in it. The execution of it, not so much. I missed my opportunity to talk about the demon voice in The Curse of Aurora.
Yeah, we did.
Or not The Curse of Aurora. The fucking other one.
Oh, God.
We just watched 17 found footage films in a row.
What was that one called? Darkness Reigns.
Darkness Reigns.
Yes.
Yeah.
The demon voice sounded like God from...
Yeah, from Real Genius. I grew up on Real Genius and I've seen it 1,000 times. The voice in this doesn't sound much different.
Yeah, it's very
so
similar.
It's reminding me of it. But
like
and Kent,
distorted.
stop playing with yourself. It is God. If you haven't seen Real Genius with Val Kilmer, top-notch 80s comedy. Gotta watch it. It's fucking phenomenal. It's a moral imperative, as Mitch and Chris Knight would say. Anyway, so this is on Tubi. I think we already talked about that. It's also on Crackle. Who the hell uses Crackle anymore? Nobody. So, a genre-defining mixture of horror, sci-fi, myth, mystery, and thrills told as 4 interlocking tales in one intelligent anthology. Ghosts, spirits, creatures, demons, and more from the paranormal world collide with rational curiosity. Honestly, okay. Off the top of my head, this is a perfect telltale sign. Number 1, I forgot I ever watched this movie. When we were watching it, I started to be like, oh yeah, I know this. Because I remembered one segment with the webcam girls. Webcam girls that never get naked. Big downvote from me there. But I was watching that and I remembered the dude. The dude they take advantage of. And I was like, I remember his face because he was so sweet. And you were like feeling so horrible for this guy. And you're like, oh, don't take advantage of this guy. He's lonely. He's just fucking, whatever. So that's bad sign number 1. I didn't remember watching this movie at all. We watched this today? We finished this today, didn't we? We started this morning. Or did we watch this last night?
It was yesterday, I think.
We've watched, seriously, like 7
so
or 8 found footage films in the last 24 hours. We've watched so many.
Started it last...
It doesn't matter.
No.
Within the last 24 hours, we watched this movie. And I honestly, right off the top of my head, I can't remember what the segments are. So, I know what they are now that I'm looking at pictures and whatnot, but man, I immediately started to forget them.
Yeah.
Damn. That's a horrid sign, because I have a great memory for film.
You do.
If you've hung out with me in real life, you know my memory for film is fucking astonishing.
It is. It's amazing.
So if I forget a film that fast, ooh, man, it's a bad sign.
I think you said it perfectly, though. It's like low rent VHS. Like, that's what it is.
Sure.
And, there's...
That's what we call a poor man's.
A poor man's.
Poor man's is low rent to me. I don't know why I coined that phrase, but...
I love it, though.
It's all we use now.
There's a couple, like, segments that were okay. Like, that I was, like, I liked, like you were saying, the concept of.
The couple who has the paranormal investigator comes, and then there's the twist.
Yeah, and then I guess technically the wraparound.
The wraparound is
the
one.
concept, but then the others, I'm just sort of like, nah. Like, not at all. The last segment I really didn't like, because I was very confused by it. There was a lot of things happening that didn't get resolved.
The one with the fucking rape victim?
Yeah, it was really convoluted. And
Jesus Christ, they put so much in that. They were like, oh, my mom, she was also psychic, and she murdered my father, and I was, they find her getting raped, and then she like wants revenge, but it's on aliens, not a rapist, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then she has like a whole bunch of people stay the night so they can watch her, but they fall asleep. And then she like ends up in fucking Kentucky or something. And then she's like having him fly out, and this guy's like so desperate to get laid that he'll put up with anything. And then she's like, oh, and by the way, I have access to fucking landmines, and I'm not going to tell you where they're at. And you're like, they're in the house that I'm sleeping in, and he has no concern that there is a fucking landmine who's going to kill everyone in there.
An omnidirectional one or something?
Yeah, an omnidirectional fucking landmine. I think that... Is that what it's called? I'm thinking of maybe... That's a microphone.
I know, but that's like what it is. Like it explodes in every direction.
My brain is fucking blown.
And there's also acid in that. It's a very confusing segment, and I really didn't like it because I was just like, what the fuck is happening? And it also unfortunately felt the most low budget to me in a bad way.
Oh, the suit on the alien.
Woo! Yeah, and that's a shame because like I have a lot of respect for people, both of us do, with low budget filmmakers.
Absolutely.
Like whatever you can do with what you have, like go for it. But unfortunately, it was the writing of the plot, like the plot holes and everything that was happening combined with the low budget shoddy like practical effects of the aliens.
It was an hour and a half script squeezed into a 30-minute
It was very, very bad. But the others were okay. The other segments were fine, but it just is it's unforgettable. I mean, I know we're talking about it and it's kind of sounds like it was funny to watch or like enjoyable in that way, but it really wasn't.
What's the other segment? Oh, the Cam Girls one.
Yeah, the other segment was the Cam Girls, which was fine, but like it's not good, really. But I mean, it was fine only because of like the guy that's in it. Like you said, you feel really bad for him, and so I was kind of like, aw.
I don't know who the fuck the doctor was in the opening.
No.
It felt almost shot for shot exactly the same as one of the segments from the first VHS. The girl who's getting haunted by aliens.
Yeah.
Who has the shit under her arm, and she's like trying to dig it out, and she's like talking to that guy on the phone, and he's like, oh, I'm here for you. And she's like, well, you're practically a doctor now. And like it felt almost identical, except for that chick did get naked, and these Cam Girls didn't. 0 out of 10.
They didn't, and there now that like I'm thinking about it, there are like some things that happen that I don't really actually understand why she reaches out to him.
No clue.
Because it like things happen right after that, like
It completely.
So I guess really it's just the 2 segments then that are fine.
No, this is a big hard pass for me.
No, I'm not. Yeah. I mean, I'm not recommending. I'm just saying the wraparound and the couple that calls paranormal investigators are the only 2 that were somewhat okay.
Not for me. I get what you're saying.
Like concept-wise.
Concept-wise.
That's what I'm talking about. Not any really other parts.
Sure. I mean, I think you could make good films out of any one of them. It's just they didn't. Not for me. Yeah. Definitely not for me. Not really. This did not work at all.
No.
I think this is the last one we have to talk about because we do need to watch something that literally just dropped right now. But I'm going to rack my brain. We'll see. But yeah, this is a big pass.
Big pass.
All right. Bye.
Bye.